Welcome to episode number 23 of his Washington Nationals franchise series, and today we're going to be playing, obviously, Washington Nationals franchise, obviously. We're going to play the third and final game of this three-game series against the CUBS in Chicago. Unfortunately, we lost the first 2 games of this series, so unfortunately it's not the rubber match because the CUBS already won the series. But can we at least salvage a game out of the series? Can we at least salvage a game out of the series? I don't know. So if we win, we still lose the series 2 games to 1, but it's better than being swept. And if the CUBS win, then they sweep us. And this is the first series of a 10-game road trip. We have 3 against the CUBS in Chicago, 3 against the Angels in LA, and 4 against the Diamondbacks in Arizona. So a 10-game road trip. 10 games in 10 days. So no days off, and then we have a day off after the trip. Then we play 2 against the Mariners at home, and then we have another day off. So, and I mean, we're 19-19. Last episode was our home opener, which we lost 3-0. If you haven't seen it yet, there'll be a link to that video in the description, or there won't be a link to that. The last episode of the series it was a home opener where we lost 3-0 over the Mets, and that video will be an eye in the sky, and the type right corner up here, and there should be an icon that pops up at the beginning of the video, and there'll be a link to the last video on this channel in the description below, which was my last episode, which was an episode of my Vinny J. Road of the Show series. This is MLB The Show 20, but you cannot port over franchises from MLB The Show 20 to MLB The Show 21. And so yeah, and we salvaged the game as we lost 9-1 in the first game of the series, and then 6-2 in the second game of the series. It's Anthony Stefani pitching for us, and Jose Quintana pitching for the CUBS. We're 19-19. They're 26-14. Let's look at the stands really quickly before hop into the game. Mets have lost. Mets are in first place. We're a game up behind them. Braves and Phillies are 3 games back of the Mets, and the Marlins are 3.5 games back of the Mets. We've lost 2 straight. The Mets also have lost 2 straight. So we're only a game and a half back in the division, and we're also a game and a half back in the wild card. But obviously it's early, and the Diamondbacks are in that first spot right now. But obviously it's still pretty early because it's only May 8th, and our next game is on May 9th. It's a 1:20 p.m. Game. It's 1:20 p.m. local time, which should be Central Time, on MLB Network. Well, both controllers as usual. That's always what I do. Next episode of this series, I'm not sure when it's going to be in real life, but in this game it'll be where the cursor is on right now. The third and final game of this 3-game series, or see, it starts here, right here, and then the third game's right here. The game that the cursor's on right now, that will be next episode, which is the third and final game of this 3-game series against the Mets in New York. So that will be next episode. I'm not sure when it's going to be in real life, but that's what it will be. That's what the next episode will be, the third and final game of this 3-game series against the Mets in New York. That's what it's going to be. I'm not sure when it's going to go up in real life, though. It could be. Hopefully it's not that long, but it won't be like tomorrow or anything like that. So yeah, let's get into the game right now. Play full game. And the CUBS are first in the NL Central, so yeah. Although the Nationals are the road team, they are the gold controller because obviously my Nationals franchise. The Nationals are the gold controller, and the CUBS are the blue controller. That's Jason Hayward for the CUBS and David Price for the Nationals. Road uniforms for the Nationals, home uniforms for the CUBS. Wrigley Field, the second oldest ballpark in the majors, holds 41,649, opened in 1914. Presentation mode broadcast theme style will be network, quick counts on, cloud cover, clear skies. I do have Yu Darvish still, but I'm not gonna pitch each team's originally the starting pitcher for both teams. Anthony Stefani for us, and Jose Quintana for the CUBS. I did not mean to do that. So it's lefty versus righty, 87 versus righty, 87 versus 78. Quintana's a lefty and an 87 overall, and this Stefani is a righty and a 78 overall. So yeah, and then I still have Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, Javier Baez, second base. They still have Addison Russell. Their pitcher bats 8th. They have Baez batting 9th. They still have Schwarber in left. They have Almora in right. They have Happ in center, which they still have in real life. And the bench is Raul, Tyrone, Jason Hayward, Danny Bailey, Lucas Duda, Freddie James, and Victor Tarantini. That's a lot of bench players. But, oh, Quintana's a lefty. I thought he was a righty, but he's actually a lefty. So we have Ethan in center, although he's a lefty. I don't know. And then we have Brantley in left, Rendon at third, Carlos Santana at first. And be a trade for... Traded somebody. I forgot who I traded. I don't remember. I think I told you guys in the last episode. Or I think I told you that 2 episodes ago, I think. Because, and so, yeah. Daniel Murphy, Jorge Polanco, Matt Wieters, and then the pitcher. So, yeah, so on the bench is Trey Turner, Ryan Zimmerman, Gregory Polanco, Chuck Hurley, Byron Buxton, and that's it. So, yeah, on the play punch for stand, Matt Vesterzer, not Tornado. Here we go. Matt Wieters, a Brady and lefties hasn't been produced. He's a week 179. Okay, but Chuck, yeah, but that's the reason I don't have Chuck Harley playing because he's a left. Well, let's set it up, Wieters. Let's do this. Oh, Rendon. He's a Wieters and left-handed hitter's 128, so he's good. So did they to share some at bats with the bench players. Well, okay, he's fine. We're good. Okay, now let's get into it. Can we avoid the sweep? So I left Wieters and Rendon in, although Rendon is cold. Brantley's hot though, and for the Cubs, there's like 2 players cold and there's 5 players hot. So let's do it. We are live and on the air for another edition of baseball here on MLB Network, as we have a matchup for you this afternoon between the Washington Nationals and Chicago Cubs. Major League Baseball on MLB Network comes your way next. Jose Quintana, 8 starts in 2020 so far, 3-3 record, has a 2.98 ERA, has pitched 48 and 1/3 innings, 47 hits, 1.45 WHIP, 23 walks, and 45 strikeouts. Here's Adam Eaton. 2-1 count as we're on your way. Excuse me, Rondon Shoulder. As it's Mother's Day too. I didn't realize that. I didn't purpose to set this up. Because I didn't tell you what game would be in the next episode. I didn't tell you what game in the last episode would be in the next episode, which is this episode. And I decided like the Cubs, this game because it's the Cubs, although we're not in the same division. I didn't realize it was Mother's Day, but it is. So everyone's using pin pass as we're on your way here at Wrigley Field. 2-1 count. Line drive, and that ball is caught by Addison Russell at short. One down the way at the ball game. And here's the starting lineup for the Washington Nationals. Adam Eaton, Michael Brantley, Anthony Rendon, Carlos Santana, Avis Garcia, Daniel Murphy, Jorge Polanco, Matt Wieters, and Anthony Estefani, the pitcher. 130 runs scored so far for the Nationals this year, 15th in the NL, which is last. So we're last in runs scored because obviously there's 15 teams in each league, and we're 15th in the NL in that category, which is last. Here's Brantley. Line drive, center field, going back is Happ, but he's there, 2 down. In the first 2 games I filmed this season, we've been shut out. We lost 1-0 in opening day over the Mets in New York, and then we lost 3-0 over the Mets in our home opener at home. Here's Rendon, who's kind of straight on. 4-seam fastball, a curveball, 2-seam fastball, a changeup, and a sinker for Quintana. 1-1 count. Line drive, foul. 1-2. Got a home run today. That'll be a pin bat bomb, ground ball, slowly hit, fielded by Russell, throwing the run, got him. Good play, in and over. 1-2-3 to the Nationals. Cubs coming to the bat, no score here on MLB Network. Anthony DeSclafani, 7 starts here in 2020, 1-3 record, 3.99 ERA, has pitched 38 and 1/3 innings, 45 hits, 1.49 WHIP, 12 walks, and 31 strikeouts. I did not know why they named on MLB Network. It's because, like I said, it's Mother's Day. 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, and a curveball for DeSclafani. So both pitchers have 5 pitches. Here's Bryant. Ground ball left side into the 3 guys on the left side infield. Throw to first by Polanco. Is in time, 1 down. Good play by Polanco. Obviously, we have Jorge Polanco and Gregory Polanco, but that's Jorge Polanco. And here's the starting lineup for the Chicago Cubs. Chris Bryant, Albert Amora Jr., Anthony Rizzo, Wilson Contreras, Kyle Schwarber, Ian Happ, Addison Russell, Jose Quintana, the pitcher, batting 8th, and Javier Baez batting 9th. 275 average for the Cubs this year, first in the NL. So Cubs are the best batting average as a team in the NL. So, or the Cubs have the best record, or the Cubs have the best batting average, or best team batting average in the National League, and the Nationals have the worst, and the Nationals have scored the least runs as a team in the National League. That's a line drive, and that will fall in front of Ethan, base hit. They're not playing Buxton today. They're playing Ethan in center instead of Buxton. 1 out single for Almora, and now it is Anthony Rizzo, obviously, in 7 for 17 in his last 4 games, which is not bad. Here we go, 1 on count. Foul ball, 1-2. Here we go, look at that double play here. That's the ground, it should be 2. Second, 1, first, and that was driven out to the pitcher, and that's a 1-6-3 double play, and then over. The end of the second here at Ridley, the score is 0-0 here on the MLB Network. Here's Santana, the switch hitter. He's batting right-handed because he's a left-handed pitcher. 1-2 down. Fly ball, shallow center, coming in is Ian Happ, and he's got it, 1 down. And here is the Cubs defense. Kyle Schwarber, Ian Happ, Albert Amora Jr. in the outfield, Anthony Rizzo, Javier Baez, Addison Russell, and Chris Bryant in the infield, and Wilson Contreras behind the plate. Obviously, Jose Quintana on the mound. 2-2 count now to Avisar Garcia. Ground ball, Rizzo, and hits to the bat himself. 3 assisted ground ball, 2 down here in the second. Here's Daniel Murphy. Here's the road and home splits, as you can see. He's doing better at home, but unfortunately here he's on the road. Doesn't have a home run yet here on the road. Does have, I think, 4 RBIs at center. He's batting at 243. Ground ball up the middle. Diamond off the diamond. Russell. Throw to first. Will be way too late. It's a 2-out infield single for Murphy. First hit of the game for the Nats as a team. And here's Jorge Polanco is also a switch hitter. 1 on down. Little jam shot. Almost hit the runner. Feeling my Baez got him. Middle of 2. The score is still 0-0. And here is Contreras. 9 home runs on the year, 4th on the Cubs in that category. Here we go. Bottom 2, no score here at Ridley. Ground ball past the pitcher and past Murphy, base hit. Leadoff man for the Cubs in the bottom of the second. There's Kyle Schwarber. Line drive foul. Snapped his bat, left side of the mound. Watch for the barrel as it almost nailed the pitcher. The pinned barrel almost nailed the pitcher. Did not. Was caught by the pitcher. 1 down, the runner gets bat. Here's the Here's the National defense. Michael Brantley, Adam Eaton, Avisar Garcia in the outfield, Carlos Santana, Daniel Murphy, Jorge Polanco, Anthony Rendon in the infield, and Matt Weird behind the plate, obviously, Anthony Desfani on the mound. Here's Ian Happ. Popped up. Shallow left center, going back is the shortstop Polanco, and he's got it, 2 down. And now it's Addison Russell, who has a 12-game hitting streak. And our first 2 outs for Russell. The 12-day hitting line drive caught by Murphy. 1 in and 1 left for the Cubbies. We head to the 3rd. The score is 0-0. He almost slapped his first base coach. And here's Matt Wieters. He's batting 260 on the year, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Yeah. 1 run down. Line drive. That's a good start. Wieters is on. Assuming he's not out. They're over 9-3 is on Mora. And the throw is pull Rizzo off the bat. But I think he would have been safe anyways. It was close though. Leadoff signal for Wieters. And now it's a pitcher. Probably wants to see a sacrifice. And he does hit the bunt sign. Little ground ball. It's foul. Up the first base line. Now it's 2 strikes. He's doing it again. And he did it fair this time. No play at center. Rizzo flips it to Quintana, covering 1 down. Store's decision is a sacrifice 3-1. Runner advances to center base. 1 out for Adam Eaton. Line down in the first. To the outfield might Store Wieters, it might not, because he only has 15 speed. That's a gravel off the pitcher's lead. And can Eaton beat it out through the first? Yes, he can beat it out. As that's Joe Madden, he's still the manager for the Cubs in this world. We really have David Ross, the former catcher for the Cubs. Obviously, the Cubs catcher when they won it all in 2016. And it looks like he's fine. Runners in the corners, 1 out for Michael Brantley. Here we go. Can they get the run home? That's a ground ball. This should be 2. Second, 1, first, and that's a good pitch by Rizzo. And the Nationals do not score. Middle of 3, the score is still 0-0. Oh my goodness. Look at that. First in for runs per day, average on-base percentage, slugging, and home runs. They're first in all of that in the NL. And they're first in on-base percentage in the MLB too. And the stolen bases are the only ones that they're low. But look at that. Yeah, averaging 5 runs per game. Everything that was on the string except for stolen bases, they were first in the NL, and they were like top 5 in the MLB. Here's the pitcher Quintana, who's batting at 8th, ground ball back to the other pitcher, 1 down, and now it's Baez, number 9 batter. But sometimes you see teams have their pitchers bat at 8th, and here they do. 1 down for Baez. 1-2 down. Ground ball after the pitcher. Obviously Baez still in the Cubs in this world, and he's a tougher athlete at MLB The Show 20. 2 down. Obviously, I started this Nationals franchise batting MLB The Show 18. 2-1 down to Bryant. It's the leadoff man. Line drive, field on short by Murphy. He speared it and threw it to Santana in and over. We enter the 4th. The score is still 0-0 here on MLB Network. Here's Rendon, who grounded out in the first at bat. He's 0 for 7 in the series. So he's kind of struggling here. And at the line drive, it is his first hit of the series as it will fall in front of Happ. As he dits out 1 hop, or as Happ dits out 1 hop. Signal for Rendon, his first hit of the series. And now it's Carlos Santana. Ground ball, this should be 2. And this is another double play to bury him by Russell, 2 down. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that, but I had to know that, obviously. So 2 down after the 4-3 double play, but he's just leaving the other stores to have to deal with the dogs. It is warm out. I mean, Texas, it's like 95 out, so after 20 minutes. And then round ball up the middle, flagged down by Russell. And throw to first, a pitch by Rizzo, and an over. Middle 4, the score is still 0-0 here at Ridley. Nationals haven't scored a run yet on camera in the 2020 season. It is 2020 because made the playoffs 2018, 2019, but lost in the NLCS in 2018. Should have really lost in the NLDS, but I kind of was biased, and we were facing the Cubs at runner at third. I was less than 2 outs, fly ball center, and well, I didn't tie it up. I should have though, because it was almost it was deep center field. Didn't. We ended up winning, and that was game 5, and we ended up winning extra innings. So yeah, we should have really lost in the NLDS, but that both insurance, but we still lost in the NLCS. And then that was 2018 and 2019, which was last season. Lost in the NLDS against the Dodgers. Now it's 2020. And MLB The Show 20. Here's Rizzo Groma over the pitcher's head. Right to Polanco behind second. Throw to first. Tana was high, but Santana keeps throwing the bat 2 down. Out of a pitcher's duel so far, here's our top pitch speed comparison. 94 miles per hour for this Stefani and 93 miles per hour for Quintana. So neither of them are touching 95. 1-2 down to Addison Russell. Little jam shot, right field, Bandage Garcia, and the inning is over. We're through 4. The score is still 0-0. We're back here at Ridley. Let's go on the field check in with Taniwani. I don't know who our manager is. Might not be it might be an auto-generated one. Well, you can't even see him because of the. Can't even see him. You didn't see his hat right there. Yeah, right there. Looks like he's just a. I think he's a auto-generated one, like not a fake one. 1-on count to Murphy. Ground ball at the middle. That's past Ivan Russell. Base hit for Murphy. Leadoff man for the Nats here in the 5th as they're looking to strike first. That runs in the corners and 1 out. And team leaders in hits. Michael Brantley leads Murphy by 4. Murphy has 40. Brantley has 44. Here we got 1-on count. Ground ball up the pitcher again. Sending ball to Quintana. Barehanded by Bryant, and his throw is way too late. Now the Nationals have 2 on, nobody out. That's the 2nd time a ball is hit. Jose Quintana. This is the same animation as the first one. And now it is who is this? Matt Wieters, who singled earlier. He has 2 on, nobody out. Ground ball, and that's not what he wanted. Well, that's not what he wanted or the Nats wanted. That's an easy 4-6-3 double play. Runner will advance to 3rd. But it's been a lot of double plays between the 2 teams. 2 down. And now I believe it's a pitcher. Now it's a pitcher had a sacrifice bunt. He does have a hit on the year, 1. Can he hit it? If he can get one here, that'll be epic. That's a line drive, but caught by Baez, and the Nationals had 2 on, nobody out, but then a double play and then a pop out, or then a pop out. Halfway home, the score is still 0-0 here at Ridley. We're back here at Ridley. Let's go on the field again and check in with Taniwani.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the CUBS.
Joe Madden. And behind it, here's Kyle Schwarber. Shift is on. Bottom 5, no score. Little jam shot, or a little ground ball. Fielded by Polanco. Zips it over to Santana. 1 down. And team leaders in ERA, as you can see, the Nationals are 4th on that list with a 3.49 ERA. They're behind the Diamondbacks, the Cubs, and the Dodgers. Not bad for Team ERA. 3-1 hitters count, and that is in there. 3-2 as it hits the inside corner. 3-2 count now. Ian Happ. Still no score in the bottom of the 5th. That's a line drive caught by Polanco at shortstop. 2 down. Laced, but right to Polanco's glove, and now it's Russell lined out in the 2nd. Both starters are dominating. No score. Bottom 5 ground ball, and we are through 5, with the score still 0-0 here at Ridley Field. Nationals have 6 hits, Cubs have 2. There's been of course, Nationals I think they have like 3 double plays. Cubs I think they have 1. To the count to Ethan, ground ball to Russell, throw to Rizzo. It's in time, 1 down. Umpire that wore the short sleeve Blatcher, and here's Brantley had a double play in the 3rd when they had runs in corners and 1 out. They do have 6 hits, but unfortunately they cannot get it done. But the Stefani is doing pretty well, only down 2 hits. Ridley Field, 595 feet elevation. Attendance is 40,929, 98% capacity, 75 degrees clear, wind 4 miles per hour blowing in from center field. Here's the umpire sign for today's game. Beyond the plate, Mike Fillmore at first base, Rusty Valentine at center base, Jerry Hillsdale at 3rd base, Kenny Jansen. So Mike Fillmore, one of the most consistent umpires here in MLB The Show, is behind the plate today. 1 on count, fly ball, but that will not do it. anywhere besides in the Haps glove, 2 down. Obviously, it's 400 at dead center. Ivy is in, usually doesn't come in until like mid-April, but obviously it's early May here. Here's Rendon, who singled earlier. That's a ground ball up the middle. Baez is there, and the inning is over. We have a pitcher's duel here at Ridley. No score after 5.5. Now it's a pitcher. Bottom 6, still no score. I'll see you on the other side, so it's about to end. Oh, sorry about that, guys. But the last clip did end, and then I said to put my dogs in, so. And either way, that last clip ended. Here's Jose Quintana, the pitcher, had a 1-3 ground out earlier. He's been at 050 on the year. Doesn't have an RBI, but obviously there's no runners, or no runners on, no runners out. Moving up the bottom of 6. That's a ground ball to Murphy. And there is 1 down. So we're in the bottom of 6, no runners on, 1 out. No runners on, 1 out. Bottom 6 here at Ridley, no score. So the pitchers go through 5.5. Here's Baez, top fielder follow. Line drive coming in is Eaton, and he will get there, 2 down. Now it's Bryant. No action in either bullpen, because obviously both of these pitchers are just really good. Line drive going over is Garcia, and he's got it. The hardest ball hit today by either team, but it's right in the Garcia's glove and over. And the 6th score is still 0-0. Here's Santana, who has flown out and grounded out. 2-1 count. Line drive almost hit the pitcher again. There's a pitcher in the back third of the game. Santana lines up the middle for a base hit, and he's the go-ahead run here in the 7th. And now it's Garcia. That's 7th hit for the Nats. Cubs only have 2. Neither team has scored. Ground ball. That's past the Diamond Baez. And the Nationals have 2 on and nobody out again. First time there was a double play by Wieters, and then the pitcher popped out. 2 on, nobody out for the Nats. And here's Murphy, who has 2 singles, and you maybe see a sacrifice here. And he's super, but he's sacrificing. Bryant Fields, his only play is the first, and Murphy is out. Store's decision is a sacrifice by 3, I believe. Yes, it is. Both runners advance. Runner sent in third, 1 out for Jorge Polanco. Infield is in. They're not going to want Polanco, but infield is in. 1-1 count. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. The runner at third will score. The runner sitting still in the third as he dove at the center mid. Then goes to third. He's safe there. Zenobia sent for Jorge Polanco, and the Nationals strike first. It's now 1-0 Nats here in the 7th. As the runner at third will score, runner center hits the third, and now it's Matt Wieters. But the Matt Wieters, who had a double play earlier, double play depth for the infield. 1-0 Nats. Foul ball. That's the Nationals' first run that they scored on camera. It's the 3rd day I filmed on camera. We got shot on the first 2. This one we won't. But when we win, 2-2 counts. That's a ground right to Baez. What a throw! It was just a rainbow throw to the Russell at short, and then he throws the Rizzo for a double play. Then a double play is hit into. Wieters has 7-minute stretch time here at the ballpark. The score is now 1-0 Nationals. Despite that double play, the Nationals did get 1 on an RBI single by Jorge Polanco. The Nationals are starting to warm up. Dylan Betances in the Nats bullpen. Cubs only have 2 hits, and they'll have 9 more outs to work with, down by 1. Ground ball up the middle, and that's their 3rd hit and their first hit in a long time. That looked like it went through the umpire's foot. So it's infield, or excuse me, leadoff single. Here's Rizzo. And it's a late bunt, and it's fouled. And he's even trying to bunt with 2 strikes. He got it down. Good play by St. Dennis, and that's a foot race to the bad. The pitcher beats him, but Rizzo sacrificed the runner over. Scores the decision to sacrifice 3-1. Runner sent it 1 out. It's tying run for Wilson Contreras, who singled earlier. They're starting to warm up they're starting to warm up Mike Montgomery in the Cubs bullpen. So there's Here we go, 2 on count. Line drive, the ball is hit well. Will it be caught? No, it won't. As it's out of Garcia's reach, the tying run will score. It's an RBI double, and the game is tied. As both teams straight runs so far, RBI double for Wilson and Torres' 5th double of the year, and the game is tied. As both teams straight runs here in the 7th, but the Cubs are not done yet. Runner sent at 1 out for Kyle Schwarber. Ground ball to the left side. Runner will not advance. Throw to first by Polanco is in time, 2 down. And the runner stays where he is. Runner sent in 2 outs for Ian Happ. Full count. Little tapper field by Polanco. Oh, balanced throw, got him. And the inning's over. The game is tied at 1 thanks to this RBI double by Wilson and Torres. We head to the 8th. The score is now 1-1. Both teams straight runs in the 8th now, or both teams straight runs in the 7th. Now we're in the 8th, tied at 1. And looks like Byron Buxton will pinch hit for the pitcher. Here we go, 1 on count to Buxton, the pinch hitter. A lot of speed, ground ball or line drive, rather base hit. And not only you also have 99 speed at first base. And he represents the go-ahead run here in the 8th. You might see a sacrifice, or you might see a steal here. You might see both. Here's Ethan sacrificed once, and there goes the runner, and he sacrificed, and he missed a bunt, but Buxton is safe at center base. So it was he was trying to sacrifice, and Buxton was stealing, and Ethan was squaring the sacrifice, or squaring the bunt, and the sacrifice Buxton the second. He missed the bunt, but he was trying to bunt Buxton the second, with Buxton also stealing second, and he missed the bunt, but Buxton was stealing second, and he saved at second. Runner at second, nobody out, 1-2 down to Ethan. Ground ball to the left side, so the runner will not advance. 1 down. If you were Ethan, you had not hit to the right side to advance Buxton, but unfortunately to the left side. But now it's Michael Brantley. 0 for 3. Line drive that will get down in front of the left fielder. Throw home is not in time, and the Nationals retake the lead as Buxton scores. Brantley comes through with an RBI signal as it fell in front of Schwarber, and the throw by Schwarber was a one-up strike, but Buxton got around the tad. RBI signal for Brantley, 2-1 Nationals as they've retaken the lead. And here's Rendon. And here comes Mike Montgomery. Runner first is responsible of Quintana. Fly ball, shallow center coming in his half. And he's got it, 2 down. And they're trying to throw it behind the runner, but Rizzo's nowhere near first base, 2 down. And now it's Santana, singled and scored in his last at bat, which is in the last inning. Ground ball, base hit. And the runner at first will stay at second, 2 on, 2 out for the Nationals here in the 8th, with them up already 1, and that 1 run has been scored in this inning. Here with a 2 on, 2 out for Garcia. Ground ball is a Hayden changeup, but he grounded right to Rizzo and then over. Nationals get 1 to take the lead, but they leave 2. Middle of 8, the score is now 2-1 Nationals. Here we go. Here comes Betances, and here comes Betances, and I'll start a warm. Here comes Dylan Betances from the Nationals bullpen, and they're also starting to warm it up. And they're also starting to warm up their closer, Sean Doolittle, has not blown a save yet this year. Here's Betances. He has a really high ERA. His knuckle curve, 14 fastball, a slurve, and a cutter. Nationals up 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 down. Got him on the slurve. And here's the final line score for Anthony Desclani. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, no walks, no strikeouts. Not 28 pitches thrown, more than 28 pitches. And I believe he's on line for the win. Well, he only pitched 7 innings. I think he's in line for the win because in the top of the 8th he was still technically a pitcher of record. So and here comes Jason Hayward, the pinch hit for Mike Montgomery. He's a tie and run, and they're starting to warm up. Steve Stachet in the Cubs pen. 1 on count. Corner infielders are protecting the lines. Fly ball left field. Will it stay in play? Brantley on the track. He'll make the catch in fair territory. 2 down. Like I said, the corner infielders are protecting the lines. And here's our starting appearances. As you can see, Quintana went 7 1/3. Desfani went 7 innings. As you can see, 11 hits given up by Quintana, only 4 by Desfani. 2 runs, 2 runs given up by Quintana, 1 run, 1 earned run given up by Desfani. Desfani, no walks, no strikeouts for either team, for either pitcher. Here's Baez, top of the order follow. Then continues ground ball Murphy. Suddenly a close play and he died a minute over. We had in the 9th. The Nationals still up 2-1. Here we go. Here comes Steve Cichette trying to keep the deficit right where it is. Here's Murphy. Little jam shot foul. Wait. I'm confused. Oh, okay, I was confused for some reason. I thought Murphy already batted, but that wasn't Murphy. That was Adam Eaton, not Daniel Murphy. Here we go. 1-2 down. It's like a submariner here. Ground ball past the pitcher. Flat down by Russell, and he got him. 1 down. There's Polanco's 2 for 2, or 2 for 3 with 2 singles and an RBI. Drove in the Nationals' first run back in the 7th. 1 on down. Ground balls to the other shortstop. Throw to first by Russell. Got him. 2 down. And now it's Wieters. 1 for 3 with a single and 2 double plays. Foul ball 1 and 2. Another foul ball. Ground ball up the middle. Flat down by Russell. Throw off balance. Got him. 1-2-3 to the Nationals. The Cubs need 1 run tie, 2 to win. The bottom of 9th. Middle of 9 destroys the Nationals 2 and the Cubs 1. Bottom 9. Cubs need 1 tie, 2 to win. 2 up for the Cubs in the bottom of 9. It's 1-2-3. Bryant, Almora, and Rizzo. Heart of their lineup. The first 3 guys of the lineup, and here comes the Nationals closer, Sean Doolittle. He's 13 for 13 on saves. 14 appearances this year. He's 13 for 13 on saves. 14 fastball, slider, and a changeup. 1 tie, 2 to win. Corner infielders they shifted on to the left infield and outfield. Ground ball past Doolittle right to Murphy beyond center. Throw to first. Got him. 1 down. Would have been up the middle if they didn't have to shift on, but they did. Here's Almora, singled and scored the only run so far for the Cubs, which was back in the 7th. Now the corner infielders are protecting the lines. Ground ball, Murphy, 2 down, and the Cubs are now on final out. But it's up to Rizzo. It's 0 for 2, the sack bunt. 2-1 count. Little tapper foul, 2-2. Shifted onto the right infield and outfield to the left side. The left field line is open. Foul ball, still 2-2. Here we go. Cubs on a final out and strike. Line drive, going back to Eaton, and he's down. The Nationals win it 2-1 over the Cubs, and they avoid the sweep. They do lose the series 2-1, but they do get a game, or they do salvage a game out of the series. They do lose the series 2-1, but winning 1 game out of 3 games is better than winning no games out of 3 games. So losing the series 2-1 is not ideal, but it's better than being swept. As the Nationals get the win, all 3 runs were scored in the last 3 innings of the game. Both teams got a run in the 7th, and the Nationals got a run in the 8th, and they win the game 2-1 over the Cubs here in Chicago as they salvage a game out of the series. As they lose the series 2-1, but losing the series 2-1 is better than being swept. Only gave up 4 hits, and 2 of them were by Contreras, and the other 2 were by Almora. So Almora got 2 hits, Contreras got 2 hits, and Contreras drove in Almora for the Cubs' only run in the game in the 7th inning. Both teams traded runs in the 7th inning, and then the Nationals got a run in the 8th inning, and it was scored by Byron Buxton, who pinch hit for the pitcher. At the end of the inning, Desfani gets the win, Jose Quintana gets the loss, and Sean Duetto gets to save his 14th of the year. He's 14 for 14 on save. Anthony Desfani, who got the win, like I said, is the player of the game. Buxton scored the second run for the Nationals. Santana scored the first run. Polando drove in the first run, and Brantley drove in the second run. And obviously for the Cubs, Almora scored the only run, and Contreras drove in the only run. As the Cubs only got 4 hits, and those 4 hits were by 2 players. Almora had 2, and Contreras had 2. So unfortunately, everyone else for the Cubs, except for Contreras and Almora, went over. For the Nationals, they did have 12 hits. They have 12 hits, and everyone, except for, I think everyone got a hit. Because, unless I'm missing, the pitcher did a hit. Buxton, who pinch hit for the Desfani, did a hit, and obviously Tentis and Doolittle never batted, but everyone except for the pitchers got a hit. And then also Buxton, who pinch hit for the Desfani in the 8th, got a hit and scored the eventually game-winning run. And then RBIs, Brantley had one as 15th of the year, Polando had one as 10th of the year. Sacrifice bunts, we have Desfani and Murphy. Round and double plays, we have Brantley, Wieters had 2, and Santana, so 4 total. Buxton has stolen base hits of the year. And obviously Desfani went 7 innings, got the win, he's down 2 and 3 on the year. Batanzas won an inning, got the whole as 5th of the year. And Doolittle won an inning, got the save as 14th of the year. And then for the Cubs, well, everyone went over except for Almora and Contreras. Contreras drove in the only run, Almora drove the only run. Hayward batted for Montgomery in the 8th. Doubles, Contreras had one as 5th of the year. RBI, Contreras had one as 26th of the year. Sacrifice bunt was Rizzo, and then the only double play was Rizzo, because obviously they only had 4 hits, and then Quintana went 7 1/3, got the loss, now 3 and 4 on the year. Montgomery went 2/3 of an inning, and Sachet went an inning, so not bad. Final line scores for both teams is 2 runs on 12 hits, no errors. Or final line scores are the final line scores are for here are the final line scores: 2 runs on 12 hits, no errors for the Nationals, and 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Cubs. It's a good game. Like I said, the next episode of the series will be that third and final game of that 3-2 against the Mets in New York. I showed you at the beginning of the episode, but it's about a month from now in this game. And obviously, right now the Mets are in the first place team, and they might not be by then. They might be. They might not be. Someone else might be the Mets. It might be another team. It might be us. Who knows? But like I said, that'll be the next episode of the series. If you want to see exactly when it is in this game, go out to the beginning of the episode just in case you missed it, or not missed it, but missed it if you fast forward or whatever. But if you want to see it, go out to the beginning of the episode. If you haven't seen the last episode of the series, right up here on the side type right corner should be an icon that pops up at the beginning of the video. And the last video on this channel, there'll be links to that video in the description below, which was the last video, and like I said, the last video on this channel, there'll be links to that video in the description below. And the video was an episode of my Vinny J. Road of the Show series. And I'm not sure when that's video, or I'm not sure when that's video on the channel will be. It probably will be tomorrow. But remember, today's Friday. I have to scroll on Tuesday. The next video on the channel will most likely be Saturday. Most likely will most likely be tomorrow, which is Saturday. Most likely. I'm not sure when it's gonna be, but you guys will find out when I post it. If I post it tomorrow, which the next video on the channel will most likely go up tomorrow, most likely. And then I'm not sure what I'm gonna be filming, but I'll see what you guys will find out when I post it. Whenever I post it, which, like I said, will most likely be tomorrow. Most likely. But maybe not if something comes up. Alright, time to close the board. If you subscribe the like button. Okay, it's time to close the board. If you subscribe the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Tell your mom, dad, grandmother, aunts, uncles, tell your friends about the videos. And, I'm going to see you in episode number 24 of this Washington Nationals franchise series. See you in episode number 24, and you don't want to bait in and go Nationals.